Hey, Tony Kager here, and I decided it's a good time for me to do my WrestleMania weekend video in full. Just gonna talk about everything I did. So who knows? This could be a long video. I'll try to keep it short. Just go by day, up to WrestleMania, up to like when I got home. So let's start off Friday. That's when I got there. Showed up Friday. Plane left Friday morning, like 8:30. The flight was fine. Didn't get delayed. Flight right on time. I think I arrived at like 11. Got my my shuttle bus at like 11:30, I guess. Quick story. I had to pick up my bag, and the baggage claim there's like a little like a WrestleMania sign there. So right off the bat, in the airport there's WrestleMania signs. But yeah, I got on my shuttle. Took me to the airport. It's funny. I was checking Twitter on the bus, and I was like checking like Ethan Page's Twitter. Ethan Page from PWG, and he's now in Evolve. He used to be in AEW. Ethan Page, if you don't know him, Google him. So I'm checking his Twitter. He's saying how it's like, oh man, it's so fun here in Dallas. Everybody yelling out, "Hey Ethan Page," or "Wish me luck in my matches." Feels good. I tweeted him saying like, "Hey man, as soon as I check into my hotel, I'm gonna be wearing my all Eagle Ethan Page shirt around Dallas right after I check in." So I get off the bus at my hotel, go to the front desk, and they tell me to wait for a few minutes before I can check in. So I'm waiting. I'm watching these guys play pool. I swear one of the guys at the pool table looks like Tommy End, but I'm not sure. And then a group of guys comes in. I swear to you, it's Johnny Gargano, it's Sami Callihan, and it's Ethan Page. And I'm like, yeah, hey, Ethan Page, and he's like, oh, hey, what's up, man? We slap hands and stuff. It was pretty cool. Betty, stop it. It's my dog barking. I hit the plate. Come on, stop. So, I mean, I'm in Dallas for like not even an hour, maybe an hour, and already I've seen Gargano, I've seen Callahan and Ethan Page. It was nuts. So, get checked in my hotel, go off to Evolve. Evolve was a fun show. The first match was Drew Galloway and Gargano versus some guys. I forget who they were. And man, they had the biggest botch I've ever seen in that match. This guy in Botchamania. So Gargano has since the Gargano gave his submission move, the Gargano submission move on one of his opponents. The guy taps, and so the match is over, right? And the ref's like, no. And crowd's like, what? Crowd chanting like, what the fuck? Because the guy, he taps out, and the ref's like say no, like it doesn't count or something. So Gargano fine. So Gargano tags in Galloway, thinking like maybe it wasn't legal man. So Galloway, puts a submission hold in the guy. Guy taps again, and again the referee's like waving it off. And this time Galloway says like, what the fuck? And then the referee goes back to Gargano and waves, and lifts Gargano's arm up. The crowd's just like completely confused because it's like Gargano did win. And then Drew Galloway calls up somebody from ringside, or I don't know who it was. Some guy he wasn't a fan. He was like somebody actually working the event. And he's like, okay, you stand out here. You pretend to be the opponent. Gargano's gonna put the hold on again. He's telling the fans like, no, you get guys get crazy for this. You get really wild. Wait until he taps out, and so the guy taps out, and the crowd just goes nuts. Like there we go. He's like, Gargano's saying, yeah, let's forget that previous thing happened. So I hope we all end up in Botchamania. So that was pretty funny. Some good matches on the show. Ricochet versus T.J. Perkins, really fun match. Ospreay versus Zack Sabre Jr. That was fun. Some boring matches. They had Thatcher versus Matt Riddle match that's for the title, and it bored me. What was that? Ethan Page versus Sami Callihan. which was fun. The main event was okay, I think it was Drew Gulak and Tracy Williams versus Chris Hero and Tommy End. That was fun. It was good. It was just a little bit long. I think it went like 27 minutes. Just went a little bit too long. Overall, Evolve was fun. So that's it for Evolve. And that was not the only wrestling show I did that night. I also went to NXT, which was amazing. Yeah, great crowd, great matches. I think the worst match was like Austin Aries versus Corbin, and that wasn't even that bad of a match. The first match with tagging titles with American Alpha versus was it Dash and Dawson? That match was amazing. 4 stars. Bailey and Asuka was it was not too bad. It was good. And the Corbin Austin Aries match was good too. But the best match is Nakamura and Zayn. That match was incredible. One of the best matches I've seen. And the crowd was just really great crowd. Atmosphere. I talked to Matt Striker afterwards about it, and Matt Striker was saying how he heard like there's really good acoustics in that building. And I'm thinking about, yeah, he's right. There was good acoustics because, man, that crowd sounded loud during Zayn and Nakamura. And then main event, Finn Balor and Samoa Joe, which was kind of like it's a memorable match for like the wrong reasons because what's most memorable about the match is the whole like Samoa Joe bleeding thing and the crowd just going like almost like hijacking the match doing this let Joe bleed, bullshit. Let them fight, and then fuck PG. Like all these chants actually made the ruckus, I think. But that match, despite the stoppages, it was a fun match, and I think the blood added to the match, of course. And maybe the referee doesn't stop the match that many times. Maybe I think I heard the match a little bit. All the time the referee stopped it. And I guess because where he got cut, the blood could got his eye, so it could have been dangerous. From where I was sitting, I think where from the fans were sitting, did not look like that bad of a cut. So I don't know. But not surprised though the crowd didn't appreciate all the referees like stopping the match and stuff. So NXT, really fun show. Definitely paid $20. I mean, I can safe to say that was worth the 20 hours I paid. And I'm glad I didn't try selling my ticket. I'm glad I, went to it. So that's Friday. After NXT, I went back to my room. So Saturday was a pretty long day. Saturday morning, first thing I did was check out I was in Dallas, so I checked out the whole like JFK site with where he got assassinated. So that was interesting stuff. I spent maybe like 20 minutes there. Then I went off to WrestleCon, and WrestleCon is really a good. I like WrestleCon a lot. It's expensive because first you got to pay $40 to get in, and then all the autographs aren't free or something. But they're reasonably priced. Whereas some places you want to get autograph, it's like $40 or sometimes some places like Wizard World autographs like $40 or $50. If it was like $40 or $50, WrestleCon's a little bit cheaper. Like Matt Striker's photo was like $15. Kurt Hawkins' photo and autograph separately was $10 each. Kurt Angle, big, huge star from the Attitude Era, only $30 each for a photo or autograph, which is and it's was even cheaper if you pre-ordered it. So that's a good deal. Who else? I met Billy Gunn for $20. I met Bob Hooker Holly for $20. I met Kurt Hawkins, who's now Brian Myers. Who else I meet? I met Matt Striker. He was 15, and I met Kurt Angle for 30. So really, not too bad. I didn't get any autographs. I just got photos. I got one autograph. I got Brian Myers' autograph because I got this developmentally speaking DVD. I got now everybody's autograph on it. Chris Hero, Tommaso Ciampa, and Cole Cabana, and now Brian Myers. So all 4 of them who appear on the DVD, they all sign my DVD now. And Brian Myers actually said, he says the first time he saw that DVD with everybody's signature on it. So I thought it was pretty cool, coming from him. I'm sure I don't know if I'm the only person who has that DVD with all 4 signatures on it, but according to Brian Myers, it's the first time he's actually seen that DVD with all 4 signatures. And if you go on my Twitter, you'll see my see that photo. I'm at Tony Kager, so go check out my Twitter after you're done with this video. There's a lot of photos on there. So that's it for WrestleCon. Nothing really interesting story-wise with people I met. I talked to them a little bit, but nothing really interesting. Nothing really interesting to talk about. Later at WrestleCon, they have panels there too. That's what's cool. Even if you don't meet anybody, I mean, you can meet people. I think yes, you could probably go up to them and talk to them for a little bit and not get a photo. It's not like Access where you gotta stand in line to meet somebody. You can probably just walk up to them, maybe say hi. Like I was in line for Kurt Angle, which was a long line. My friend next to me, he was just talking to Jeff Jarrett for a little bit while we were in line. So that was pretty cool. And apparently Shane Douglas there. Shane Douglas. And my friend had a 10-minute conversation with Shane Douglas. That was cool. So I mean, some of these guys were really easy to talk to. Yeah, at WrestleCon they had like WrestleMania trivia thing with Mario DeRosa and Excalibur from PWG. That was fun. And then I didn't get a photo with Excalibur. I wish I could have. I don't think he was even like technically like one of the guys you can actually go out to meet. He was just there for that like trivia thing. And then I also got to see a live Colt Cabana podcast. I don't know when it's gonna air, but he had Brian Cage on the show. He had Bobby Fulton, I think his name is, from the Fantastics tag team. Who did he hit? He hit Lance Archer, I think his name is. He's from like Global Force, and he had Lanny Poffo, Macho Man's brother. That's a really fun, like really cool, very good podcast interview. I thought it was great, the whole podcast interview. A lot of good stuff. So wait, if you listen to Art of Wrestling, that's Colt Cabana's podcast. Download the episode when it comes out because it was really funny, good stuff in that podcast interview. So what else I do? I think that's it for WrestleCon. And then next thing I did was I got to meet Terry Funk, and so I got Terry Funk was doing meet and greet because he was being honored that night at the Mercury Rising Evolve show. It wasn't actually an Evolve show; it was a WWN live experience show, but Evolve was represented in the show. So yeah, I got about paid $30 for Terry Funk meet and greet tickets, and I was hoping, man, I hope I'm not waiting in line too long. And I go up there and literally there's like no one else there at the table. It's just Terry Funk sitting there at a table. I guess I was because this was like 6:35, like right after the thing started, and now this was for the public too. You have to actually go to the show to attend this meet and greet. You can just like walk up, buy a meet and greet ticket, and then walk out. You have to have a ticket for the actual wrestling show. So maybe I don't know, maybe other people were gonna meet him like later because I think he was signing until 8. And this was like 6:35, so I got there pretty early. I may have been like maybe one of the first like 3 or 4 people to meet him. I guess I don't know. So it's pretty cool. I actually got to talk to him for a little bit, got the photo, and even like was able to show a photo of him afterwards, and he was saying, "Oh, that's such a good photo." He's like commenting on the backdrop and saying, "Oh, look how good this backdrop goes with the photo." I was able to talk. He had Terry Funk barbecue the next day actually before WrestleMania, like across the street. It was like a tailgate party. It was like an indoor tailgate party. I don't know if you can still call it a tailgate party if it's indoors, but it's more like a pre-WrestleMania party with Texas barbecue food. And I was telling him, like, I'm going to go to that barbecue thing tomorrow. Like, what should I get? And he was telling me, get the barbecue chicken. That's what I always get. That's what I recommend. So it was fun talking to Terry Funk, man. Because I think I talked to him for like, I don't know how long it was. Maybe it was probably only like a few minutes. But still, I think Terry Funk was the guy I talked to the longest. I mean, that was fun. I always remember that. Being able to talk to Terry Funk, that's a legend, man. I mean, man, WWE Hall of Famer, just a great guy. That's one of my biggest goals for going to WrestleMania because, last year you had like Dusty Rhodes and Roddy Piper at WrestleMania 31, and now it's WrestleMania 32 and they're both dead. Who knows who's going to be still alive by WrestleMania 33. I mean, I'm not wishing anything bad on Terry Funk or anything, knock on wood. He stays healthy and lives for a long time, but you never know. So Definitely, like, didn't want to pass up the opportunity to meet Terry Funk because you never know when you might be able to get the opportunity again. Maybe never. So glad I got to meet him. He's such a great guy. And what else did I do Saturday? Saturday, then after that was the WrestleCon Super Show, which yeah, it's supposed to start at 8 o'clock. Didn't really start till 8:30. I didn't even get in till 8 o'clock because the line was so long. And then the show went from 8:30 to about like 12:30 or something. Or it was a really long show. It was like 4 hours long. The show was supposed to end at like 11, and it went past midnight. But whatever. That's my only regret about the whole like, weekend at WrestleCon was just so long. But it wasn't that. It's a pretty good show. I mean, the first match was like Sami Callihan versus Pentagon Jr. That match was sick. You got like Will Ospreay versus Marty Scurll, which is a great match. Some matches I don't remember. I mean, Lance Storm and like Matt Hardy went on right before the main event or right close to the main event, and I really don't remember anything about that match, unfortunately. Which is kind of unfortunate because I was kind of looking for that match, but that was like the 8th match of the show or something. I was just like so tired at that point. But the last 2 matches, and also like they did this like 10-man tag with like Jeff Jarrett's team against Joey Ryden's team, and that match like took like 40 minutes or something. It was like really ridiculously long. I mean, I don't know why it was so long. Like they were cutting promos like during the match, and it was like just a ridiculous match. But like I think Tommy Dreamer was in that match, but really it was like, oh man, it was like one of the worst like 30-minute long matches I've ever seen. It was just long and boring and felt like it dragged forever. I'm gonna try to get the DVD and hopefully we look better on the DVD. But man, that match just kept dragging. And probably one of the reasons why that show was so long because not only had like 10 matches, but a lot of these matches got a lot of time too. The last 2 matches were really fun. 6-man tag. Listen to 6-man tag. It was Chris Hero, Chris Hero, Brian Cage, and Zack Sabre Jr. versus Ricochet, Matt Sydal, who's also Evan Bourne, and Rey Mysterio. It's a hell of a 6-man tag. And Rey Mysterio can still go. He looked really good. I mean, that was a fun match. And then the main event, 6-man Monsters Ball match, Abyss, AJ Fox, Trevor Lee, Jeff Hardy. Who am I missing? There's Pentagon Jr. again. And there's one more guy. Who was the last guy? There were 6 of them. Oh, and Andrew Everett, who unfortunately I don't remember seeing him do much in that match because that was the first time I ever saw him. And I don't remember any spots from him, unfortunately. But that was a fun match, and especially at the end, they did like this whole they cleared the ring, and it was just Jeff Hardy and Pentagon Jr. And holy fuck, was that good between Pentagon Jr. and Jeff Hardy, man. And Jeff Hardy looked awesome. Good to see him again. But that was a fun match. That's Monsters Ball match. It wasn't really a Monsters Ball match, more like a hardcore match. Like they were using the ladders and stuff. There wasn't really any like thumbtacks or any like barbed wire bats. When I think of Monsters Ball, I think of like almost like a death match. It wasn't like a death match. It was more like Extreme Rules match. It was fun. I liked that match. So that was WrestleCon. Didn't go home till late that night, like after 1, I think, in the morning. So then was Sunday Mania. I tried to go to Access, but sold out. That's cool. Next year, if I go to WrestleMania next year, I'll go to Access on Thursday. Be less crowded. And so WrestleMania, took a bus down to WrestleMania. The bus left at noon. Got there like, I don't know, 12:30. Went to the barbecue there, the Terry Funk barbecue, like I mentioned. Had the barbecue chicken, some like potato salad, and I think either brisket or pulled pork, one of those things. And man, that barbecue chicken, man, holy shit, was that good? Because I heard barbecue food in Texas is better than anywhere else. But I kept thinking like, well, barbecue food is barbecue food. I mean, how much better could it be? It's a lot better. I don't know if it was the barbecue or the chicken, but the barbecue chicken was amazing. So tender and juicy, and oh my god, that was so good. I mean, I thought like KFC is the best chicken or something. This was like so much better than KFC. This was like good chicken, man. So that was and I'm walking back to my looking for somewhere to sit. Walk past the table. There's Ethan Page and Johnny Gargano at a table. Oh, by the way, I met Ethan Page at the Evolve show. Trying to get his Smart Part Video shoot DVD, but he was so out of it, or he didn't bring it with him. So I got a picture of him. That guy, like legit, like recognizes me every time because he was telling me like I could probably get a DVD at Freelance, and he mentioned Freelance because Freelance is a Chicago show, a Chicago company, and so obviously he knew who I was because he knew I was from Chicago. So, and then with the Texas barbecue, I walked past his table. I didn't even say anything to him, and he goes, "Hey man," I'm like, "Oh hey Ethan." So obviously Ethan Page, recognized me, which is cool as hell. And not only does the wrestler recognize you, but someone like Ethan Page who's been at PWG and he's on Evolve, and I feel like he's like maybe 1 or 2 years away from NXT. So that's cool, man. Ethan Page, a guy I never heard of like 13 months ago, or maybe a little more than that, maybe like 14 months ago, maybe. But man, Ethan Page. Big fan now. I'm not a big fan of his wrestling. I'm just a big fan of him as a person. He's a cool guy, very nice, and he's one of the best guys on Twitter. You'll tweet him. If he doesn't respond to you, he at least like your tweet. It's very easy to communicate with on Twitter. So anyway, let's get to the barbecue. The barbecue, I talked to some guys from England. That was fun. They said how TNA is like huge in England, which I've heard, but they confirmed how it's just a big deal in England. How apparently TNA is on free TV in England, and Raw and stuff you gotta have cable for that. But yeah, TNA, they should just move to England. They probably do really good business there, but I guess a lot of wrestlers they're not gonna want to do that. But yeah, it was fun talking to them. That was their first time at WrestleMania, I think. He said one of the first times ever at like a big show, I think. Because they've done like they've seen like Raw when they come to no, yeah, I don't know. No, never mind. They said the one guy said he was at Royal Rumble, so they've gone to like big shows before. But I think it was the first time they ever went to WrestleMania, so they were fun to talk to. I met a bunch of guys over the weekend. Like some guys from Phoenix, some guys from Dallas. They're not from Dallas. They came from like Houston or Texas. Like they drove in maybe like an hour to see WrestleMania, which is cool. I wish I could like drive an hour and get there. I had to fly. But so yeah, let's go to WrestleMania. Man, I had to waiting for the gates to open. It took a while, but once the gates opened, I got in like maybe like 20 minutes. I got lucky because I heard some other gates like they had trouble with the ticket scanners, and people like didn't get in until like after WrestleMania started. When I got in WrestleMania, it was like maybe like 15 minutes before Ryback and Kalisto happened. I mean, I was already in my seat like 15 to 20 minutes before that match happened. No, maybe not. Maybe like I was in my seat maybe like 10 minutes before it happened. Because like right before I got to my seat, right after I got my seat, Lily Garcia comes out and she's saying how like WrestleMania is going to kick off in like 5 minutes. So really, I kind of just got in there before the match. But yeah, when that match happened with Ryback and Kalisto, there were still a lot of empty seats. But it filled up by the time the ladder match happened. The matches, I think they were great. Only match I really had a problem with the main event. Not because Roman Reigns won, but just because I thought the match was so boring. And really the crowd booing every second Roman did was kind of annoying. The boos for Roman were loud. I heard they sounded muted on TV. But at live, those boos were loud. Roman Reigns got the biggest reaction out of everybody. And it was mostly a negative reaction. That's the loudest the stadium sounded when Roman Reigns ever did anything. Whether it was he was doing his little fist pump thing or whatever. Or it was like, ooh, I don't know what he does. But, yeah, anything Roman did, he got booed. But yeah, the ladder match was fun. Zack Ryder winning. Holy crap. Did not see that happening. AJ Styles and Jericho was fun. It's funny, while AJ and Jericho was going on, that big giant Booty-O cereal box was actually on the stage during the match. I'm like, what the hell? What's this Booty-O's match? What's this Booty-O's box doing there? So I already knew it before the match was even over that the New Day match coming next. And it's funny, where I was sitting, so when the Booty-O's box tips over, you can see a New Day coming out from this gorilla position, and they go right to that box and they walk out the other way. So they weren't in the box. They actually the box had two ends, and they came in one end and came out the other. So that's how that worked. That was fun. Was HBK came out, and then Austin and Foley. That was great. The stuff with the Rocket Cena was fun. Every match before the main event had something fun. I mean, the Battle Royal with Shaq and DDP and Corbin winning and Tatanka. I didn't know he was in the match until like halfway through it. Snoop Dogg coming out to do his rap. Man, I mean, it wasn't the greatest Mania ever, but there was so many fun stuff. Shane versus Undertaker. I fall from the cell. Holy crap! What from where I was sitting, just seeing him free fall for like a few seconds was kind of scary. Man, it's because there's like no ropes. He was just free falling for a good like few seconds. And man, it's pretty crazy to see. I was like freaking out, thinking, "Holy crap, is he really gonna jump?" And it was like really like you're excited and like you're nervous at the same time because it's scary. He's like, "Well, man, he's really high up." He was really high up. I'm sure from where he was standing, it looked even higher. But yeah, Mania went really long. I mean, I can get out of there to building. So Dallas time, the show started at 6 o'clock. That was when the ladder match happened. I didn't get out of the building until after 11 p.m. And then the buses to take you back to hotels, they just ran out their normal schedule thinking the show was going to end at 10. So people actually left WrestleMania early and got in the buses and left. And so the buses came back at like 12:30 or something to pick up the rest of the people. That's when I got in the bus, and there were still people like left in the parking lot even when those buses came and left. So I don't know how those guys got home. Because by the time the bus like got back to the drop-off spot, it was after 1 o'clock, and got to my hotel room at like 1:20, and there was no food left at my hotel, so I didn't get to McDonald's. And I was like, I'm too tired. I don't even want to go back out. So I just didn't really eat dinner. Who's calling? No one important. So yeah, that was it for WrestleMania. Then I went home. I was going to try to go watch Raw at a bar. Couldn't make it in time, so I just watched Raw at our friend's house. So I was actually home watching Raw when it happened. I wasn't in Dallas anymore. But yeah, good trip. Let me stop this. And yeah, so yeah, that's it for my video. I'm not gonna do any more. It's long enough. But yeah, got any questions for me? Just leave it in the comments. I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. Definitely give you some tips for WrestleMania 33 if you want any. It's a fun trip. I'm glad I did it, and I want to do it again. Definitely, I have to go back now because I didn't see access. I want to go to Orlando. Orlando's gonna be fun because they got the Foreign Center there. That's gonna be fun. That'd be a good selling point for WrestleMania 33. So if I can get time off from work, wherever I'm working, at that point, I definitely want to go. My only issue is worrying about if I can like get the time off for it. That's my only reason why I wouldn't go. So because I probably would need more time off this time. It would this year, next year I would definitely want to go to Raw after. We like to get in there like Wednesday or Thursday instead of getting there Friday. So it would be a longer trip. But I think I could do it. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you made this far, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed my stories. I wish I had better stories. Maybe next time I'll have better stories. But I think I had a really fun time. I did a lot. And I didn't feel rushed. I crammed a lot of stuff into one weekend, but didn't feel rushed or anything. I took my time and I got a lot done. And I still had plenty of time to relax, eat dinner and do some like souvenir shopping and stuff like that. I picked up a WrestleMania like bottle opener, which I should have had with me so I can show you, but whatever. I'm gonna stop here before I get 30 minutes. So, but thanks for watching.